and Bernstein Unfiltered. Unfiltered on 312 Sports.
It is DBU on 312, brought to you in partnership with Chicago Stars, making this a soccer-filled summer in Evanston. Come to a match for family-friendly pro sports on the lakefront. Get tickets at chicagostars.com/tickets. And also by a brand new sponsor here at DBU and 312 Sports, Ethos. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy. Go to ethos.com/DBU. Well, the craziness has already begun in the world of the NBA. Tonight is the first round of the 2026 NBA draft, with your Chicago Bulls holding at the moment picks number 4 and 15. 312 Sports will be there at the Advocate Center tonight. The representation from the Organizations Win Championships podcast will be full. We plan to give you a live production at some point while we are there talking to Bryson Graham and maybe Tiago Splitter. Who knows, whatever principals are involved there. We are going to be there and looking forward to it. So the Bulls made a move. It's not the biggest move that has happened late last night. The Miami Heat acquired a 32-year-old Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis in exchange for a lot. That is it's a lot is what they gave up as the answer, and it's put them in the usual situation that one finds oneself after acquiring a generational level player. So the Bucks trade Antetokounmpo and Portis to the Heat for Tyler Herro, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Giacojonas, 3 first-round picks, including number 13 tonight, 1 pick swap, and 1 second-round pick. So the Heat are giving up unprotected first-rounders in 31 and 33, along with number 13. It is a pick swap in 2030 and a 2033 second-rounder. What's so funny?
It's 2033. It's right around the corner.
Hey, man. There are some that want to limit the ability to do some of this stuff.
They should. You shouldn't be able to trade a pick 7 years away.
And this is just these two teams, though. There's no facilitators in this. There's nobody using their cap space and a little bit of consideration to take on a contract and some of this. But what it appears to me is this is YOLO Patrick Riley. This is him saying, I am doing this because I want to win. How old is Pat? How old is he?
Oh, he's got to be close to 80, right?
I think he's over 80. I think he's right around my dad's age. I think right around 80, 82 or 83. But this is not an easy move. That when we go to the usual razors here, and one is the team that ends the trade with the best player wins the trade.
Just turned 81.
Okay. So that's usually what we say. Who got the best player? There is no question that Miami got the best player. They're also getting a unique and interesting player at a unique and interesting time in his career because he is on the wrong side of 30. And because his game is going to change as he ages, as some of those skills erode a bit, how do they deploy him? And have you given up too much? Do you get this sort of the like gift of the Magi, O. Henry type finish on this thing? We're like, well, we traded away all our shooting, but we got Giannis, and he's paired here with Bam Adebayo, but we just need shooting. Do we have a backup center? No. Do we have a point guard? No. But we've got a guy who has been an all-NBA player. Why hasn't he been recently? Injuries. When do injuries come? When you start aging. Do they have a plan for keeping him healthy? Do they have a plan for making sure he's not at the moment trying to roam around and shoot threes, which he's bad at doing? Where does he fit in what the game has become, in where the game is going right now? I don't think Riley makes a move like this without completely understanding the risks involved. But this is not a great player who's coming in, joining a super team as a final piece. That's not. This is a guy who is now the best player on a team that's probably good but still has a lot of work to do. Now the Bucks can claim that we are in a rebuilding position here, that there's going to be some, licking of wounds here and explaining this to the fan base, but at least it ends this ongoing question that's dragged for so long about Giannis, who has loved Milwaukee, but he likes competing more. He said so many nice things about Milwaukee. We, having signed that first extension there, surprised a lot of people. But it's now time that he says he wants to compete for championships because he knows time is running out for him. But anytime you've got a player of his stature and his status that is moved, it reverberates throughout everything that's going to happen with the contending Eastern Conference teams as we look at what's happening tonight. Now, tonight is a huge, huge night for the Chicago Bulls. And it's an exciting night with a blank canvas. I think it's really important. The best thing we can do now as we look at what's going to happen with the Bulls tonight is set expectations. And by set expectations, I mean not have any, is essentially what I'm saying. And we can talk about the trade they made last night in this context. They are in the process of, first of all, figuring out what their team is just going to be this year. You need a representative roster to go play these games, even if you don't exactly know who the significant developmental parts are, whose year it is, who you think is going to step into some of these vacuums, these opportunities under a completely new coach who even says he doesn't know what kind of system he wants to run. He isn't even thinking about X's and O's yet. I love the fact that Tiago Splitter did that. He's not saying, well, I need this kind of guard to run my stuff, and I need these kind of forwards to get us out into what we do, and I have this vision in my head of exactly how we're going to play. He said the opposite of that, and that's really important. He said, let me see what my roster looks like. Let's figure out what our priorities are, and then we'll figure out how we want to play. Obviously, with enough words to take away any fear that he is unaware of how the modern game is played. They're not going to go back to trying to work for contested twos anytime soon. So that doesn't concern me. And I think the last year's Blazers were an example of him understanding that. Even though they weren't good at shooting threes, they shot a lot of them because those were the shots that mathematically were still the correct shots that defenses were giving them. So I'm not concerned that there's going to be an issue with a wrong or bad style of play. It's just on the level he's talking about. He wants to know who's going to be on his team. And we don't know. So their new starting center appears to be Nic Claxton. Welcome, Nic Claxton. Yay. He is a viable center guy. He's not what he was, though. And if they think that the guy from a couple years ago has an opportunity to come back, then you've got a really good player. What he is right now is probably a little bit above replacement. He was an excellent rim protector. Now he's an okay rim protector.
Now they have one, though.
He was an excellent defensive rebounder, and now he's an okay defensive rebounder. He cannot shoot.
Still got games to play.
He's still, but that's the way I keep saying this. You got to field a team.
Yeah.
And it cost them nothing other than some of this cap space. And they had a ton of cap space. They still have, $30 million in cap space. And they parted with Mamadou Gueye. Big deal. They had some consideration in the deal to facilitate this because the contracts had to move to allow the Timberwolves to get out from under the Julius Randle deal. And that's really what this was because the Wolves move Randle to the Nets and Nic Claxton comes to the Bulls. The number 28 pick from the Wolves also goes to Brooklyn as they swapped in their 33 pick. And Mo Gueye goes to the T-Wolves. And then it gives them the opportunity. And this is the really cool thing. If you're still a fan of Ayo Dosunmu, which I am, congratulations to him, because now, when all is said and done, the Wolves appear to have agreed to the structure of a 5-year, $112 million contract.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, good. That for a second-round pick to work his ass off. All he did was work. All he did was make the most out of what he's got and dedicate himself. He's still on the rise, but for Ayo Dosunmu to get 5 and 112, congratulations. What a massive achievement for him, and it's due and in large part to the Bulls' development structure. I think they're allowed to take some credit, and I do think the Bulls understanding how good he was as a rookie. You remember he started, and he came in Boston. I remember this when I first saw, understanding that what they thought of Ayo was when Ayo was playing in the Garden as a child and out there working against stars, defending, and his willingness to do that, his fearlessness and attacking mentality, and the improvement of his three-point shot specifically, even though it was and is unorthodox. It's unconventional looking, but they didn't try to change everything. They just tried to make it the best shot it could be, and that's still going on. So I'm really, really happy for him. And I'm fascinated with what the Bulls are trying to do. They needed a big because Vooch is gone. You don't want to keep relying on poor Jalen Smith to do everything for you in there. He's just a rotational guy. And we'll see where some of the other pieces fit right now. I don't know if Zach Collins is coming back. I would doubt it. As a free agent, as good as he is, there's probably a contending team that is going to pay a premium for him. It also seems like the Bulls decided, rather than the nickname in the NBA, they're referring to it as pre-agency rather than free agency, because it's just not the same. That because of the way the apron structure is, because of the penalties in what has become a harder capped league, is you're going to lose guys when you sign guys now. It's not quite becoming like hockey, but the consequences are such that you are better off if you need to find viable players rather than overpaying in free agency. You can make the moves via trade and inherit the back end of a relatively reasonable deal for somebody who does what Nic Claxton does. So he's a lot better than his dad. I go back to Charles Claxton out of Georgia, who I just remember as being enormous. He's just a giant man and bad at basketball. And his son, not as big, much better at basketball. And he's the kind of, if he's able to get back to what he was 2 years ago, that's exactly the kind of screener, roller, rim runner, defensive rebounder, shot blocker, rim protector they've been missing. That they really haven't had in any way since the early days of Daniel Gafford. And I'm glad. It's just very, very hard to get a context for what it means. I wouldn't get too attached to Nic Claxton, I guess. He'll be here for a little while, and ideally, his replacement will be here, if not in this draft, next year's draft, or the one after that, or somewhere soon. The next guy is going to be here, and Claxton will be the answer to a trivia question.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of time frame you're looking at for the Bulls, but I mean, let's say
I don't either.
I know, but let's say realistically, the 2028-29 season. So you have, let's say that's where you're looking at to see, all right, what is this team shaping up to be? You have 2 years. You have to have 164 regular season games played, and you need guys out there, and he's just a guy to be a guy there for you for the next 2 years at most.
Yep, and
that's fine. Like, again, you have to represent the team. And you have to have a roster, and you have to have a big man.
He's a representative starting center on a bad to mediocre team.
Yeah, and that's probably all the conversation that you need to have about Nic Claxton.
And will these players be there to facilitate the development of your important players?
Right.
And we don't even know who those are yet.
Correct.
We can presume.
It starts tonight.
We presume Modest Buzelis is one of them, and then they'll sort through the rest. I don't think they know if Rob Dillingham is one of those guys, or Lenny Miller is one of those guys. I don't think they know. I hope that when we're talking to you on OWC tonight, that we're talking about Caleb Wilson. I hope. It's possible we're talking about Cam Boozer.
Unless something strange happens.
Or there could be more deals.
Yes.
And there could be more some advantageous opportunities right here. But I would just say what's sort of preventing me from knowing quite how to feel about some of the Bulls stuff is getting a read on how high their floor is for next year, or if this is a tank season, essentially. I don't know how far they're going to take this idea of development. They don't know either. I think after tonight, we're going to learn that from Bryson Graham. So we're kind of floating at the moment as far as understanding where things fit in larger Bulls context, in larger Eastern Conference context. I don't think the Knicks are all that afraid right now of this Heat team. They have a lot of work to do to be a complete squad. And they don't have time to waste. It's not like Antetokounmpo is some sort of developing player and all of you going to hit his prime. He's 32, man. You got to get on it right now. He wants to win right now. He's going to be impatient. You have to be impatient. These moves have to be made. And I'm not sure if they're going to be selling out with more picks and figure heck with it. But there are other moves that have to be made for the Heat to make this into what they hope it can be.
Yeah, and Bobby Portis, I didn't realize he's 31 already.
Yes.
He's had a nice little career. He's put together a nice little career for himself. I went 2-0 last night in soccer.
Done. Congratulations.
Argentina won 2-0, and I was given a goal. France won 3-0, and I was given 2 goals. Mbappe and Messi both scored 2 goals. Now, Messi's all-time World Cup lead is at 18 goals, and Mbappe's at 16. It's insane. Like, it's history happening right in front of your eyes if you're watching the World Cup.
The guy's 38. Like, we're doing all this in every sport now. We're talking about the aging curve.
Right.
And he's out there dominating.
Well, that's why he's the best player ever.
I think he is, right?
Yeah, there's no argument about it. There's no debate.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Do we have games tonight? Soccer games?
Yeah. There's always games.
I wasn't sure what was happening last night because I was all excited to watch the Cubs game. And I'm like, hey, let me flip on the radio because I was coming home. I went to the grocery store. It's like 6:08. And I know the game is starting.
6:10.
I flip it on and
nada.
And they're taking calls.
Yo, radio. Yeah. I flipped the TV on and it was Anthony Rizzo was on with David Ross. Yeah.
I was dying.
You actually listened to the calls?
I was dying. The first call.
I'm still waiting for our phone line to be put in so we could take calls.
And don't forget the text line.
Because I'm dying for that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Don't forget that awesome text line.
Yeah, there are games that I did. Portugal and Uzbekistan, England and Ghana, Panama and Croatia.
Who's the greatest country in the world? Portugal or Uzbekistan?
Colombia and the Congo. So those are
Adiaga 2 and Bariaga.
Those are your 4 games.
Okay. So I was looking for stuff last night is the Cubs game, and then so I realized, Sox game. And I enjoyed it. I had a really good time. But what a crowd. Did you hear at some point in the game there was a USA chant in the background?
I don't know.
Somebody was chanting. I thought they were chanting USA, USA, but I couldn't figure out why. Nobody made reference to it in the broadcast. They clearly heard it, but no one said anything. And there were a lot of Cleveland fans there.
Why would they have been?
I don't know. That's I couldn't figure out, and then they didn't make reference to it, or maybe I misheard it. It's possible as well. I've got a couple of issues, and these are me problems. This has to do with the way my brain processes some of this.
These are White Sox stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
One is every time they say Guardians, I think Jardians.
Okay. That's definitely a you problem.
Right? So I just hear
the
Jardians.
Cleveland Jardians?
And then I think it's like half of the roster is out with exploding taint syndrome.
Okay.
Of the Cleveland Guardians. I'm sorry that we've had 4 of our players suffer fatal taint swelling, and they've died.
So the Cubs have dealt with elbow issues. The Guardians have dealt with exploding taint syndrome.
Yeah, the Guardians just had
Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, the Cleveland Guardians. Every year they have to deal with the possibility of fatal taint swelling.
Okay.
Also known as exploding taint syndrome.
All right, so that's a you problem.
Either term is acceptable. Here's my other problem, and I understand there's a very good chance I'm the last person on earth who thinks this and does this. Tell me if you remember. Every time Sam Antonacci is up, do you remember Mike North's restaurant, Basta Pasta?
Yes.
Do you remember the proprietor of Basta Pasta?
I don't.
Tino Antonacci.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
And North used to say it like that every time. Oh, we're going to be at Basta Pasta. And it's Tino Antonacci. I met him once. I don't think he liked me.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think
You're not likable,
yeah,
so that's fine.
But yeah, I think he. If I remember, I kind of got this guy doing get out of my restaurant kind of thing.
So is that how you say Sam Antonacci then?
Sammy Antonacci. Okay. Every time, out loud.
Not only are you the only person, you're not the last person because no one else has ever done it.
Okay, it's fun to do. Yeah. Every time he's up, that little tough nut. And then they said something like he gets hit by a lot of pitches, but he says he doesn't feel it. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. Yeah, I didn't feel that. Yeah, you did. It sucks. Getting hit by pitches hurts.
Yeah. I would think that this is an acceptable level of White Sox talk from you.
Okay.
Like, just don't dive into the game at all because I'm
going to hurt him.
Yeah, you're going to hurt him.
You're worried about them.
Yes, I don't want you to have a negative impact on a first place.
But that
team.
was a gutsy win.
No, it was a great win. I mean, the bullpen's like, hey, we're gonna take a page out of the Cubs book.
The manager was like, I'm going to forget to get somebody warm.
Yeah. And with K, yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, shit, we better talk to him. Go out there. Run out. What do you think? Like, he should have gotten somebody warmed up, don't you? Yes, I completely agree. Yes,
someone's like, hey, Will, it's your call.
Yeah.
You need to make that call.
Yeah, you need to get somebody warmed up.
That's on you.
And then they go running out there, talk to him. So you have a good day out there? Yeah. Well, we're going to stand here until the umpire comes out. Why is my hand over my face? Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the alien face-hungry things. So he also has to stop bunting. I think that Will Venable may be really, really, really good with some of the soft stuff, like clubhouse guy, leader of men kind of thing. Let me also. So I see. Is it Vasil? Mike Vasil?
I think that's correct. Yes, I think that's what I've heard on the radio.
Okay, and he's waving a wand.
Yeah, that's the magic wand guy.
Magic wand guy.
Yeah, and the magic wand.
Not Bishop Don Magic Wand.
No.
Now, if you could get, is he alive? The greatest pimp in Chicago history? Find his.
You want him in the dugout?
Yes! I want Bishop Don Magic Juan. Now, there he is. It says American preacher, hip-hop personality, fashion designer, and former pimp from Chicago.
He's alive.
He's 75.
75.
Donald Campbell, that's who I want. Now, that's a lot of nicknames. The chairman of the board, Archbishop Don the Magic Juan, Bishop Don Magic Juan, or just Bishop.
Well, I love looking at his Wikipedia page, and under career,
Pimp.
Church minister,
yeah,
celebrity.
That is an awesome Wikipedia page.
That's a great resume.
He's like, does he have LinkedIn?
So what's your previous experience, Mr. Juan? Well, I was a pimp. And a preacher, now a celebrity.
Yeah, this is the guy you want in the dugout. This is the guy. He's only 76 now, so he was born in 1949. Regarding his career as a pimp, he said, I'd see a pimp, I'd pattern myself after that. I'd watch Superfly with the flashy cars and clothes. I went for all of that. When I came to the game, I was 16. He operated a record store that doubled as a turnout joint to recruit additional sex workers. That was him. That is the guy. And not the magic wand. I want Bishop Don Magic Juan. in the clubhouse with Mike Vasil. Do that, Brooks Boyer. Get on it. I will say, though, my truth be told, when I saw him doing that, my first instinct, I had a little Tariq Skubal in me. My first instinct was, who is that jackass? And he's going to get his ass beat. So my first thought was complete baseball hardo. Like, injured pitcher should not be a mascot. It's not a big league thing.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have an injured pitcher waving a plastic magic wand and wearing a wizard hat after home runs. And then I thought, like, okay, I got over that first instinct. And then I thought, it's not harmful. He's not being a bad sport. It's only stuff that goes on with his teammates. But I am going to need something more from our guy. If you're going to do this, you got to take it to 11. You've got to lean in. You've got to go full bore. And I know there's a cloak also. Is that right? There's a cloak.
I haven't seen the. I mean,
More.
I've seen the hat.
More.
I mean, I want like full Gandalf outfit. I want full beard.
I want named spells.
Yeah.
I want that thing to work. I want, if you need sparklers and get stuff shooting out of it.
Wizzo.
That Wizzo works.
Yeah, do
or
that.
Wingardium Leviosa. You could do that.
Yeah.
What's the death one? Avra Kedavra, right?
That's the death one?
Yeah.
Abracadabra?
Avra Kedavra.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
So
the
if you
thing.
say it with an accent,
Yes,
now
now
it's different.
Now she only has spells that kill trans women.
Oh.
That's all that J.K. Rowling has really worked on right now, is being a TERF. But I just need him to. I need him to lean in really, really hard until you piss everybody off. If I'm going to take your side on this,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
Well, it didn't take a whole lot to piss off Skubal.
No, and
Hothead. Psycho.
I kind of get it though. It's like, what are you doing? Knock that shit off. Like, I can, from his perspective, if you are a major league pitcher, competitive psycho, and there's a guy on the other team who's hurt, recovering from Tommy John surgery, but they have him around just to do that because they like him. And then I'm with it because, if the Sox like getting under somebody's skin that way, they're an interesting mix of people in that Sox dugout, too.
Yeah, if you're going to keep doing that, just make sure you keep winning.
Nope, you got to keep doing it if you're losing, too. You have
Then
to.
it becomes a novelty.
It's already the guy's wearing a wizard hat and holding a magic wand.
Yeah, and you can get away with it when you're winning baseball games and you're tied for first in your division. Keep winning baseball games.
Have you put pimp in my Wikipedia page yet?
I have not.
I don't have a Wikipedia page.
Reading about Don Magic Wand, he said that he had discovered God abruptly early one morning after a long night drinking champagne and smoking PCP and weed. He saw the light come in. He said, God revealed to me that it was him breaking into my life. I called the girls the next day, and I told them, that's it. You don't have to give me money anymore. I've been called by God. The girls didn't understand. They cried. Why didn't God take somebody else? I told them they could come into the church with me. They followed me. Most of them did, but most of them didn't have the same feeling. They tried, but it hadn't happened to them, so some of them left.
Yep. Sox clubhouse. He can be outside the Sox clubhouse. It can be, but Magic Wand must turn into Magic Wand.
Okay.
It's just something I would like to see happen, personally.
Maybe that's Mike Vasil's next outfit.
Full pimp
Outfit in the dugout.
If people understand the bit that he's doing, he's like, now get it, Magic Wand, get it, Chicago Zone.
Yes, I think they should.
I agree.
Easy transition.
They don't have the guts, damn it.
No, they don't.
They won't do it. I would love it if they did.
Then they could sell pimp hats, like White Sox pimp hats.
Chalices. You go get your
your Sundays in a giant gold chalice.
Yeah, but you can then if you finish, you can go get it filled with beer.
Yeah,
or champagne
and PCP.
Yeah, PCP, who's ready?
Angel
Angel Dust. Hey, Angel Dust, who's ready?
Oh, also on our team. Angel Dust. Outfielder.
Hey, got Angel Dust. 2.
And that player that I added the other day will resign.
Will resign, I thought.
Will resign.
Oh, will resign?
Yeah.
I thought it was will resign.
No, will resign.
Well, we should have them both.
So, well, I don't like. You could. I guess you could have.
We should have will resign and will resign.
Yeah,
can both be on the team. We've got unlimited spots on our 40-man
offensive linemen.
Yeah, they play
on the football team.
Does one back the other one up, or do they? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they do.
Yes.
That's a good interior lineman name.
Will resign.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Iowa.
Reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White
had a knee injury sophomore year, but he
wears the giant brace.
Oh, he wears huge braces on both knees and elbows. Always. Not even when he's not playing. He always has them on.
Always has a box of chicken wings in one hand.
Constantly, but he's team player and a playbook. Always has his playbook with him. Oh, speaking of, did you see somebody sent me one of the World Cup soccer managers when the rain started put a book on his head.
No.
Yes. I think it was his playbook, but he immediately put a book on his head. See, other countries understand. They use Terry as their
tornadoes though.
They use Terry as their guide.
Weather guide?
There are some countries where Terry is worshipped like a god, and everything that Terry has ever suggested that anyone does, they do. I didn't know this. I forgot which country it was, but all countries, I think, should be that country. While we're speaking of soccer, one thing you should do is make sure that you check out Chicago Stars Soccer, because on July 5th, they're returning to Evanston, and they're taking on Utah Royals FC. The Chicago Stars are celebrating a summer of soccer on the north side in Evanston, and tickets start at just $19. It is a family-friendly atmosphere. You've got the kids' zone. There's a mini pitch for them to run around and yard games. They want to go see pro players, especially if you've got kids, you've got young soccer players in your life that for $19 can go see their role models play up close. Olympic medalist Mallory Swanson, Alyssa Nair, they're there. It is easily accessible, car, bike, CTA, Metro, right on the shores of Lake Michigan. So come for a match. You get all the pre-match entertainment. You can cheer on the Stars. Summer soccer doesn't get better than this. Get your tickets now at chicagostars.com/tickets. I invite you now to come with me on a journey. Let me explain. So last night I started doing this, and I said, all right, let's see where this goes, and maybe I'll use it off the Ivy, and then it started kind of growing on me again. Then I stopped. I said, this is a process. This is an experiment or a journey I want to take on the pod. So what I did was, in our discussions about Dansby Swanson, and about everything we talked to and what we were talking with Joe Sheehan about the aging curve, about the cliff. Where is the cliff? And what did Joe say? That 31, 32.
31, 32.
That 32, for a lot of modern baseball players, is where the big fall off comes. And any years on that deal after that, you have to hope to just squeeze out a little bit of value there. So when we look at what Swanson is doing right now, we know he had an uptick of late, but it's still not great. He's slashing 292, 325, or excuse me, 183, 292, 325 for an OPS of 617. And I'm using OPS Plus primarily because they've got a ballpark adjustment here and a run environment adjustment. It's similar to WRC Plus, which I generally prefer, but I'm using Baseball Reference, and I'll explain why in a second. And I thought we could just get a look at what similar players have done after age 32. And you say, well, how are you going to define similar players? So the easiest way to do it, Baseball Reference does similarity scores, and it's only offense. Similarity scores, if you notice, it's not similar players, it's similar batters.
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
So what I did was I looked at not his overall similar batters list. It has some different names on it. I looked at similar batters through age 31.
Okay.
And then I thought, okay, let's see how they did. So these are all people through age 31 who align with Dansby Swanson.
And then what they did post.
Yes, and a lot of these happen to be good glove guys because they were able to stay in the major leagues for the same reasons. You can see why the shape of a career was this, because you end up with some similarly skilled players for the most part, and say sort of where are we and what is a reasonable expectation for where Dansby Swanson should be. Because maybe we're being unfair. Maybe this is kind of where he's supposed to be right now.
All right, well, I hope that's not correct, and I hope that what you've discovered says that the, like a 160, 170 hitter isn't where he should be. Well, I hope that's not the case.
Well, it gets. I'm going to use OPS.
I'm not expecting 280, but
I'm not looking at batting. I'm looking at OPS plus.
Okay.
I'm looking at your overall offensive value.
Okay.
And because that is a basic number.
All right. What's his current OPS plus?
He is currently Dansby.
Is he in the 80s?
Dansby Swanson is at 76.
Okay. 76.
Yep. It is the second. The lowest he posted was in his second year in 144 games. At age 23, he was a 68.
Okay, but he's at a 76 right now.
Yep.
What was he last year, just for reference?
104.
104, okay. And if you don't know the number, 100 is like an average player.
100 is average.
Yes.
Average offensive player.
So he's slightly better than an average player last year. Okay, so he's at 76 now. What did you find?
Here's what we found. And I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to just come with me on this journey. We're going to a land.
It's like a Mr. Rogers segment.
We're going to it's not the land of make-believe. It's the land of pretty good shortstops.
Okay.
When we get to this land, everybody you meet, you know what they are? Pretty good shortstop. They're not great. You're not going to be like, ooh, wow. But the reaction that you get from most of these is pretty good shortstop.
All right, give it to me.
Give it to me. The first name, his 10th most similar player, is Roy Smalley.
Roy Smalley.
Roy Smalley was 31 when he was a member of the White Sox, the ill-fated 1984 White Sox. So I'm looking at the next years. He returned to Minnesota. The prodigal son returned near the end of his career. And Roy Smalley, so what I'm doing is I'm comparing those post-32 years to their career OPS plus.
Okay.
And Roy Smalley pretty much kept it up. His career number was 103. At age 32, he posted a 104. At age 33, a 110. At age 34, a 100. And then done.
Yep.
Retired. So, not bad. That says that he was able to mostly be himself as a batter for another couple of years before he was finished at 34. That's Roy Smalley. Number 9 on the list, here's a name for you. This part of the joy of this was meeting all of these different pretty good shortstops.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Rico Petrocelli.
Okay.
A 2-time All-Star and who played his entire career, as you know, with the Boston Red Sox. His career OPS plus was 108.
Okay.
At age 31, he was right around that at 110. Age 32, 76. Age 33, 67. Done. So that was hit the cliff at 32 is what that was. The two worst offensive seasons were his age 32 and 33 seasons. So that is an example of the cliff.
Yeah.
For Rico Petrocelli. Number 8 on the list, 3-time All-Star, longtime Tiger, Dick McAuliffe.
Dick McAuliffe.
Played from 1960 to 1975. Dick McAuliffe, at age, his career OPS plus was 109. Pretty good hitter. At 32, he was at 104. He had sort of a dead cat bounce at age 33, his last year with Detroit, where he posted a 121 OPS plus. Now, it's one of his better years. And then the cliff hit at age 34. dropped to 76. The year after that, he only played 7 games, was minus 11 OPS plus. His cliff came at 34. But he had a year in there. He had 1 year in there. So however you're looking at this, whatever kind of information you want to glean from this is if you can kind of stay yourself in those years, so far is looking like a victory. Number 7 on the list in the land of pretty good shortstops, Asdrubal Cabrera.
Mm-hmm.
Asdrubal Cabrera, also 2-time All-Star in his prime. When he was age 32, he played for 2 teams total, and he had an OPS plus of 111, which was above his career number of 105. At age 33, it was down to 98. At age 34, it was down to 83. Excuse me, at age 34, it was at 101. So it popped back up, but not up to his career average. And at 35, it was at 83, and he was done. That was his last year. Was at age 35.
Okay.
So 1 good year in there, and he was terrific in a short stretch with Washington, but his overall numbers came down. His brief time with Washington was fairly spectacular, but it was only in 38 games. So we know it's possible to have that. So who do you think is number 6 in the land of pretty good shortstops?
Give it to me.
Johnny Peralta.
Oh, okay.
3-time All-Star at age 30. In his career number 102. Not bad. At age 32, he was up to 117, one of his better offensive years. And then he was at 103, made the All-Star team, at a hot start to 2015. And then he fell off the cliff and sank into the swamp in Hammond. Then it was then he was a 90 OPS plus, and then a 25, and then he was out of baseball. So that is he was able to delay it for about a year. He got to 33, and then the old Cliffaroo showed up. A dear old friend appears at number 5 in the land of pretty good shortstops. Welcome. Who is that on the horizon? And what is that giant thing he's waving around? Oh, that's Juan Uribe. Hello. Hey, white guy. Hello,
wow.
Juan Uribe. Well, probably had a longer career than you thought. And Juan Uribe is the guy to whom Dansby Swanson is going to aspire. In a lot of ways, I think we all should. But at age 32, Juan Uribe's OPS plus was only 56. His career OPS plus is only 87.
Oh, really?
But he had a great late prime. Juan Uribe at 33 was down to a 50. And then miraculously, at age 34, 116.
Really?
At age 35 with the Dodgers, 120.
Really?
At age 36, 103.
Huh.
And then at age 37, 53, and done. But he held it off for a while. That's the guy you're trying to be. You're trying to be late career 35 and 36-year-old Juan Uribe, who was really pretty good. Which is essentially his Dodgers numbers. He was there for 5 years, but he put some seasons up in there, including that really strong 2014 season. Even though he only played in 103 games, he had a 120 OPS plus. That's Juan Uribe. The number 4 comp to Dansby Swanson, Alex Gonzalez.
Okay.
Not the Cubs' Alex Gonzalez, the other Alex Gonzalez.
Okay.
The one who played for Florida for most of his career.
Yes.
And then Boston and Cincinnati and Toronto and Atlanta and Milwaukee and Detroit.
What were his years, his active years?
98 to 2014.
20, okay. Oh, wow, longer.
And what I didn't realize,
more recent.
his career OPS plus was only 79. I mean, that was his career number.
Okay.
Times were different back then, perhaps. And at age 32, he was at 95. So it was better than his career. Then at age 33, up to 110. Pretty good. Well, that was with Toronto, total of 98. It was really good for him. And then at age 34, he was back down to 74, and he really didn't play after that. So pretty much done at 34. Right around what you're expecting. We're getting a picture of, you're hoping for one representative or 1 year above your career OPS is reasonable after 32.
After 32.
That's really what you're looking at here.
And he's 32 now.
Swanson is,
yeah.
yes.
And he's got 3 more years left on the deal?
No, this is his 4th year. So I think...
Yeah, so 3, right? Wasn't it?
Was it 7 years?
Wasn't it a 7-year thing? So we're looking at 33, 34, 35.
You ready for the top 3?
Yes.
The top 3 comps to Dansby Swanson. I thought you'd find this fun. Javier Baez is number 3.
Really?
Yes. Another 2-time All-Star who had his peak in 2018 and 2019. Do you want to guess the career OPS plus of Javier Baez?
He's under 100. Is he in the 80s?
94.
Okay.
His career OPS plus is 94. And he made the All-Star team at age 32.
How old is he?
He is 33.
Okay.
But he made the All-Star team last year. Again, he had a really good start, not a great finish, only an 87 OPS plus.
Yeah, Swanson's through 2029, so we get 33, 34, 35.
Ain't going to be pretty is what I'm thinking here.
All right, so Javier Baez
he's
number
at 30
3.
At 32, he was an 87, and this year he's at an 85. So he's below his career numbers, if not at the cliff already.
And Swanson's currently at a 76. Was that right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Number 2.
All right. Who's number 2?
Marcus Semien.
Okay.
Marcus Semien, who's had some big, availability numbers. Guy plays in 162, 162. He plays all the time. He had a 7.7 WAR season at age 32 because he was just available, led baseball in at bats and plate appearances. His career OPS plus is 108. In 2023, it was 126. At age 33, it was 103. Age 34, 95. This year, it's at 76. So
at age 35 or 36 right now?
He's 35. Okay. But the cliff found him last year. Maybe creeping into the year before when he made an all-star team kind of on fumes with a great first half. But that's, we're seeing it in the number 2 comp. And lastly, in the land of pretty good shortstops, say hello to the number 1 comp to Dansby Swanson, J.J. Hardy.
Ooh.
Played from 05 to 2017. Also made 2 All-Star teams. J.J. Hardy's career OPS plus is 91, which he did achieve at age 33. But at age 32, it was down to 54. Bumped back up to 91 at 33. At 34, it was down to 56, and then he was done.
So at 34 was his 2017 season.
That was it. And he was done. So the news is not great. Other than Roy Smalley kind of being okay and Juan Uribe defying the odds of aging.
Yeah.
The only guy that really did it, Johnny Peralta, the only guy that really had a couple years in there at 35, 36 was Juan Uribe. That's it.
And you said Hardy in 2017 was 34?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2 years away for Swanson. Just looking at his 2017, because I'm curious about the defensive numbers too. So
because I only could use the similarity scores for hitters. I did find something interesting. Do you remember the joke I made about on Off the Ivy when they say we got to have him out there for his glove? You got to have him out there for his glove.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, he's become Andrelton Simmons.
Yeah.
if you look at the most similar by ages to Dansby Swanson, when he was 24, the most similar was Andrelton Simmons. And now for the last 3 years, it's been J.J. Hardy. That may change after this year.
So just looking at J.J. Hardy and just looking at trying to look at one stat to be helpful defensively, is outs above average.
Okay.
And when he was 34 in his final year at 2017 with the Orioles, he was at a 5, which was 59th in baseball.
Okay.
Swanson right now is currently in the top 10 at 8. So, I mean, his glove is still there,
It
obviously.
changes the math if he's an elite defender.
Correct.
At that position.
He is right now.
Yes.
And, you look at Nico, and Nico is an elite defender. A PCA is the best defender. But just talking about those two guys struggling offensively, you're still talking about two elite defenders. Mm-hmm. So while it may be frustrating to hear Jed say we can't run away from our defense because getting outs is still very valuable, like I get Cubs fans' frustrations with it, but you also have two elite defenders that just aren't hitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to try to go? And we talked about
the problem is, but your pitching broke.
Well, your pitching broke, right? I mean,
and the defense,
but
would
that's also
matter
not their
more.
fault, though.
It's not.
That's not Nico's fault. That's not.
But
Dansby's fault.
The whole construction is off because with a great defense, you also want to have pitchers that aren't.
You can have average pitchers. And they're not even close
average,
to average. Right.
They don't even have average pitchers.
And the guys you expected to be above average are well underperforming as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, I mean, the construction is broke, and it's the philosophy that they developed. Hey, we just need to get 27 outs. So the quality of the pitcher may not need to be as high because the quality of our defense is elite.
So the conclusion that I have is if he can get one dead cat bounce year in the rest of this contract where Dansby Swanson just sort of finds it again, or let's call it what it is. When you're aging, and that happens sometimes, you're cheating. Not capital C, but you're guessing a little bit.
Yeah.
You sometimes mess with your stance. You mess with your hands. You open your stance a little bit, or you try to just jump some pitches. You swing a little bit earlier. Sometimes the power numbers. There's a way to do that and say, look, I don't care if you strike out a lot, but just try to pull everything in the air and just try to hit home runs. I think Lou Whitaker did that late in his career, that there are ways to manage aging where you can choose a different path. It's harder now because the velocity is just so insane,
right?
So out of control that it's even harder to do that. It's harder to extend careers now because the curve itself has been accelerated.
So let's say that he remains an elite glove.
Mm-hmm.
You have 27, 28, 29. You're not. I mean, he's going to miss some baseball time in 27, so that'll be able to add some years in 28 or some ability in 28, 29 with not playing. Because you're not going to have a full season in 27. So that's some time off there. What's acceptable for you as far as OPS plus for a guy of his age? So let's say 34, 35.
Just be at even
But what's
money.
Acceptable if he remains an elite?
100. Be an average offensive player.
Okay, I was if you're gonna remain elite, I was thinking like 90 to 100. 90 to 100.
Yeah,
if you're in the 90s.
Yeah, I'd like to say just stay above water.
That's acceptable for an elite glove.
Okay.
But if the glove starts to diminish like the offense has, that's where it's a significant problem.
Then you're done.
Yeah, then you're done.
But so far.
But right now, I mean, again, he's top 10 in baseball in OAA.
Yep. And so could it be manageable? And could he be worth having? It's not going to look real good as far as the value of wins above replacement or the value of the contract.
Sure.
But I'm not worried about that right now.
Right.
But if you want to, and there's soft stuff too. There's value to a team that's not measurable. There's clubhouse value and all that's not measurable. Like I mentioned, they started saying that stuff about Bregman. I don't want to hear that about him yet.
No. No.
But somebody at the end of a contract, at the end of a career, you can argue it can be a good influence, et cetera. But I like to have the harder evidence that somebody is good and is helping you win.
Let me ask you a question, because you said something there about getting older and just trying to pull the ball and elevate the ball and hit home runs. It the second you said that, I thought of Nico Horner. And we saw the start of the season. And I only bring it up only because I've heard this more than one time from Ron Coomer on the radio, saying that Nico was encouraged to try to pull the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was the idea, because remember he had 4 home runs in April.
Pulling the ball in the air is almost a prerequisite to being a good offensive player.
Okay, if they wanted him to do that more, do you think that had a negative impact on where he's at right now?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's popular. People love to say, like, you should hit the ball where it's pitched and use all fields, and it's really not true. Mm-hmm. That what you should do is try to pull the ball in the air, and those are the hardest balls you hit.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
his exit velocity is just low.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure it out. All right, question for you, Mr. Trivia, Mr. Know-It-All.
Oh, but
you are.
You're ambushing me.
I'm not ambushing you.
Okay.
You know everything.
Stop it.
2016, Cubs World Series season.
Okay.
Looking at OAA, leaders of outs above average. There were 3 Chicago Cubs in the top 10 of OAA in 2016. Well,
they were an elite defensive team.
Who are those 3 players that were in the top 10 of OAA?
Baez.
Baez is number 9 at 14.
Bryant.
No, not in the top 10.
He wasn't.
He was not.
Was Fowler?
Fowler was not. Chris Bryant was 41st at 7.
Zobrist?
Nope.
Addison Russell.
Addison Russell is number 3 at 20.
Yeah, he was great.
So those are the 2 I guessed right away. The third one I wouldn't have guessed.
Rizzo?
Nope.
Because it's positional. Damn.
I was really surprised when I saw this. He was number 10 in baseball in 2016. Outfielder. Right field.
Oh, who's their right fielder?
Jason Hayward. Jason Hayward was 10th in baseball.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Excuse me.
That was a great defensive team.
I mean, unbelievable.
Jason Hayward. Okay, good for him. Very happy for him. He had a nice career.
Yes, he certainly did.
Doing unbelievable things on the South Side, too.
Number 1 that year, the year the Cubs won the World Series, was Billy Hamilton, center fielder for the Reds at 20.
Now, there's an example of, can you stay in the major leagues if you don't even walk up to the plate holding a bat?
Because that's your guy right there.
No, he was fun with the Sox. Remember the diving catch in the rain?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
So he finished the season at 20. Pete Crow Armstrong right now is number 2 in baseball at 15. OAA.
And number 1 in WAR and number 1 in your hearts.
Yeah. Bobby Witt Jr. is number 1 right now at 16. J.J. Weatherholt is 3rd at 14.
I want to bring something up. There was some news today about a friend of our show that I want to bring up because it's some harrowing stuff here. I'm just going to read you a tweet here from Matt Miller at NFL Draft Scout, he was a weekly guest on Forward Progress in our inaugural
year. Been a friend of ours for years.
Been a friend and a colleague for years, and we just saw this. He tweeted the following: "Last week, I was involved in a serious car accident in Missouri and was airlifted to Mercy Hospital. I'm deeply grateful for the exceptional care I've received from the first responders to the doctors, nurses, and medical staff. I'm incredibly fortunate to be writing this. As a result of the accident, I sustained significant injuries, including multiple fractures and broken ribs. I also underwent a life-saving amputation of my left arm. While I have a long road ahead, I'm focused on my recovery and taking things one day at a time. Thank you for the overwhelming support, prayers, and kind messages. They've meant so much to me and my family during this time. I look forward to continuing my recovery and getting back to ESPN to talk football, including what should be an exciting 2027 NFL draft class." Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we are thinking about him, and I already sent him a note, and just I feel awful that it happened, but I also am just incredibly relieved that he's okay enough. And when the description that I've read about the accident itself, he apparently was driving and crossed the median into oncoming traffic and hit a truck. The driver of the truck appears to be okay, but it was as bad as you can expect. It was a high-speed, head-on car accident. And our guy, Matt Miller, is recovering, and he's okay. So, that is obviously our best to him. And it's, yet it's one of these things that just reminds you that at any moment, we don't know. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's something that you think about a lot. And I also want to play a game here called Is This Irony? And you tell me, is this irony? In the state of Maine, there is a lottery for moose kill permits. If you want to kill a moose, you have to be selected in the lottery for the opportunity to do so. This is how they manage the natural resources there. And the winners of the lottery have been revealed for this year's group in Maine.
Is the moose population something that needs to be
It can be, sure.
controlled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just they're a member of the deer family,
Yeah.
and sure, just
Yeah,
like
no, I
deer,
just don't know, and I'm asking
the hunt. It's
sincerity.
Yes,
I just don't know
it is.
because like hunting a moose doesn't seem, and maybe it is really hard, but I don't see going after a moose as
sportsmanlike.
a great challenge. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
Well, it's the people who the only people I know who have hunted moose are Native Canadians.
Okay.
That I've
Again,
known
I could be very wrong on it. I've
who
never
do so
hunted.
they do it to sustain themselves over an entire winter.
Yeah, I just think like a moose doesn't seem like a real nimble creature that
No,
might
it's
be hard to.
Correct. It's a big creature, and you get the big trophy of the giant.
But
antlers.
if it's for control, like I get
there
that,
is a
sure.
reason for
Okay.
it. It isn't just joy killing with machine guns and you leave them there, blowing up with grenades. Although I don't know, I don't put anything past anybody anymore. Right. But so the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife has announced that one of the winners is famed professional race car driver Kyle Busch.
Okay.
Is this irony? I'm asking for a ruling. Is it irony? And the other question I have is there a moose that won its own lottery?
The Kyle Busch lottery.
That's what I'm wondering. Somewhere is there a moose that is like not only spared a bullet from the gun of Kyle Busch or an arrow from the bow of Kyle Busch.
So yes, it is irony, but I think maybe on the other side of it, the moose, maybe they do like a Deadpool, like a celebrity Deadpool, and maybe there's a moose out there.
That's what I'm thinking. Is there an equal and opposite reaction?
A NASCAR drivers,
yeah,
that might be
exactly good bet for us. Maybe that the tossing that back and forth.
So they're having
sending
beers,
emails,
playing cards, maybe.
Or they're just in a text group chat.
Yeah.
No, hey, you got to get your third round pick. I don't know. Give me a NASCAR driver.
So yes, it is irony.
Okay.
And then the second part. Do I believe that maybe there's a celebrity Deadpool that moose are participating in?
I'm just curious. Now, here's the good news. Yes or no?
I'll go with yes.
Okay, good. And this license, this lottery win can be passed down. It can be willed. So I don't know if it was accounted for in the documentation, but somebody, his wife, might be able to go shoot a moose if she wants.
Yeah, that's pretty detailed. I mean, you would need a really good lawyer, or someone to really. Hey, let's look at all of your assets, including this moose lottery.
Yes, that is listed among your assets.
Yeah.
is a moose killing opportunity. You've got the permit. Somebody can do that.
So someone could be like, man, I'm really sad Kyle's gone.
Right?
But I have a chance to kill a moose.
Correct.
Thanks, Kyle.
Correct. See, and here's the difference. A moose cannot have life insurance.
Correct. That we know of.
As far as we know. If they have group chats and Deadpools,
they might.
There
right.
might be.
We don't know.
And the thing is, some of these reminders of just how lucky we are to kind of be here another day.
Yeah.
That's why there's Ethos. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes and get same-day coverage. And I remember when I first realized, and this stuff that like adulthood and all that really kind of falls on you like a ton of bricks. And you're like, oh, hey, great house. Oh, kids. And then you're like, oh, boy, what happens if something horrible happens? We kind of have to be protected and take care of these children now, right. Both of us. So, and I remember when we sat down and we evaluated, what do we need? And we didn't have Ethos. We didn't have any of this. We had to do this on our own, and it was complicated. It was confusing. And when I see what Ethos does, all I can say is I wish we had this then because of the ease of use. There's no medical exam. You answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. There are some policies as low as $30 a month, and you'll get your lowest rate from their network of trusted carriers. So it's all sort of instantaneous where they can say, here's your profile, here's what you are, here's your age, and if you want to do it for yourself or do it for your wife or do it for it only takes minutes to go through the entire process. And Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 4,000 reviews. So if you've been waiting on this or thinking about this, there's a special opportunity here. Take 10 minutes. Get covered today. Don't waste any time here. You can get life insurance through Ethos with a free quote at ethos.com/DBU. ethos.com/DBU. Give that a shot. Don't wait on this. You absolutely have to do it, especially, we just got through Father's Day and spending all this time with kids and dads and all that. This is really important. Sometimes people don't want to talk about it. It makes them uncomfortable. This is the opposite of uncomfortable. Ethos takes you right through it, and then you're able to feel better about some of those awful possibilities out there.
I have a little bit of news here for you, Dan.
What's that?
This is from X, Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Is it an NBA trade?
No, it's not. It's news from baseball reporter Bruce Levine. He is mentioning here what Jed Hoyer had to say about Justin Steele. Does not expect Justin Steele to be starting games this season.
No.
Hoyer pointed toward a healthy 2027 for Steele. Did not rule out helping in the pen at some late summer point.
Doesn't sound good.
No. If he's not starting, he doesn't go on the roster.
I don't know why you worry about a setback.
Why would you? Oh, hopefully we can get him in the bullpen to maybe relief.
I wouldn't hurry him to be in an unfamiliar situation.
So 2027 then.
Yeah, no thank you.
Right. And then whenever baseball starts up again, if that's 2027 or 2028, that's when he's pitching for you next.
Agreed.
So he's not. So
I wouldn't hurry him back.
Take that out of your brain of him coming back this year because he's not.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's him just giving him the carrot.
Yeah.
I think if I were Jed, I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I want him trying to work his way back, and maybe I don't even want to go there, but if the Cubs fall out of it, and you want to reward him and reward his hard work, and he wants to say that he came back in 2026, I think it's reasonable maybe that you give him a controlled opportunity.
Sure. That's fair if you're out of it.
Yeah. That's how I would look at that. Yeah. And thank you for it. We thank the professor. Quick reminder that we're going to have coverage of Bulls Draft Night live from Advocate Center tonight. Organizations Win Championships will be there representing 312 Sports, and we will see what the Chicago Bulls can do to get this new regime off to a start on the correct foot or feet And that is it for today's Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. It's been brought to you in partnership with Chicago Stars. You need to take in some Chicago Stars soccer. A soccer-filled summer is in Evanston. Come to a match for family-friendly pro sports on the lakefront. Tickets at chicagostars.com/tickets. And by Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/DBU. You need life insurance, so get it at ethos.com/DBU.
Dan Bernstein Unfiltered on 312 Sports.